What's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Hotboii. Now, Hotboii was in the news recently, maybe about a week ago, man. I did a story about him and Glokknine. And basically, that story talked about the fact that Hotboii and Glokknine were the focal point in this whole operation called Operation X-Force. Now, Operation X-Force was looking to tackle the gang situation that they have in Orlando, Florida. It was going after rappers and their crews and trying to cut down on the shootings because there's been innocent people who have died in the wake of all of this. Now, this thing started back in October of 2020, and it seems like it's been put together pretty well. But cases like this with Hotboii and with Glokknine sparks a greater debate about the issue with rappers getting RICO cases, because at this time, both of them are facing RICO, man. So it's looking like they're going to do a lot of time and their rap careers are going to come to a halt. Now, before we get to the specifics about Hotboii and his case and his bond and everything, man, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, so Hotboii went to social media last night and he talked about the fact that he was going to turn himself in. Now, this shocked a lot of fans because it was like a running joke, the fact that Hotboii was on the run and basically posted on social media every day. Like, from the time the news report came out that Operation X-Force had him listed as on the run, Hotboii acted like he was unbothered. He was on social media tweeting, posting, and you were like, what in the world? Isn't dude supposed to be in jail? And it was one of those things, man. And it didn't seem like he cared or like he had the situation, or it was out of his hands, I should say. But Hotboii took to social media last night and posted this. And the post simply said, I turned myself in tonight. And that got a whole storm brewing on social media. And people were like, wow, so Hotboii is officially turning himself in. And it seemed it wasn't even a bittersweet moment. It was a bitter moment because you know what him and Glokknine are facing. Even though they're adults, they knew what they got into when they were doing whatever they were doing in the streets, allegedly. But man, it just seems like he's facing a whole bunch of time and an uphill battle in this situation. Because Hotboii and Glokknine are at the beginning stages of their career, and they're early in this rap thing, man. It's looking like their career is going to be over before it even started now. And Hotboii was just getting warmed up. I mean, he was literally probably the most famous, or at least the most successful solo artist out of Orlando that we've seen. Well, it seems that Hotboii made good on the promise to his fans that he made last night that he would turn himself in, because currently he's locked up in an Orange County jail in Orlando, Florida. Now, it looks like there's a lot of information to be learned from his booking info, so let's look at that, man. Now, the first thing you see is his name, Javari Walker. And then the thing I point out is his age, man. Hotboii is only 21 years old, man, which is wild. He's a grown man. He's even legal drinking age. But dude, man, he's right at the beginning of his career. You know what I mean? Like, this couldn't have come at a worse time, man. But let's look at the rest of the information. So his last known location was Miramar, Florida. And then they say he has one as a number of holds. But what's crazier is the charges, because he's facing two of the worst charges anybody could ever face if you're a rapper, man. And that's these RICO charges. So the first one is he's got charges just listed as RICO, and his bond is like $500,000. And it seems like that's all that it says. It says that he got the holding agency, the arresting agency was Orange County Sheriff's Office in Florida. And then the court is the circuit court. Now, the second charge is RICO Conspiracy. So that's that conspiracy charge. And traditionally, it seems like that conspiracy charge has been hard for people to beat. Whether they're in rap, whether they're street dudes, no matter who they are. It seems like that conspiracy is all-encompassing. It's like it's akin to when you talk about like wire fraud with anything white collar. Like, it's hard to beat the wire fraud charge when it comes to white collar crime or anything like that. And when it comes to conspiracy, because I'm no lawyer, but it seems like all you have to do is know a guy, connect two people, have a conversation between two people, and you automatically, people find enough find enough evidence to find you guilty for that conspiracy charge. So that's a beast, man. That is a beast. And you can look at any type of interviews with past street dudes, old cats who was in the game for real, and youth, man, they'll all say that. They'll all say that. So it looks like he's looking at both of these charges. He's got the RICO, then he's got the RICO conspiracy, and he has a $250,000 bond, and then he has a $500,000 bond. Obviously, we could put that math together as $750,000, and I'm not sure if he's got that to post. I mean, right now, I don't know, man. It's hard to pocket watch a rapper who's just getting in the game because you don't know what he's spending his money on because he has to establish himself in the game. He usually got to buy that crib. He's got to buy his mama a crib. He's got to do a whole bunch of things just to get himself set up so he can stay away from the hood and stay out of situations like this. Well, the opposite has happened. So now he's looking at digging in the crates or digging in his wallet or in his piggy bank just to get his bond paid. Now, this Operation X-Force was something crazy, man. And it looks like a continuing trend in hip-hop because this Operation X-Force, it basically brought down Orlando's hip-hop scene. You have Glokknine, who they have associated with one group, and he was listed at the very top of this Operation X-Force, right? And Hotboii wasn't listed too far from that, right? Now, when the sheriff's office had their press conference, they actually talked about the fact that everybody on that poster for Operation X-Force was listed in order of importance. So those were the guys closer to the top were looking at the most time. Those guys were considered the leaders in this situation, and both Hotboii and Glokknine were there, right? Now, the problem with this whole situation is this basically destroyed or at least took down Orlando's entire hip-hop scene, man. So it looks like both of the hottest rappers in Orlando are now looking at RICO charges and have an uphill battle that most rappers would never want to face. Because you basically got both of these guys sitting in jail waiting to either get bonded out or either have to go to trial and see if they can get their bond lowered, or they got to just sit it out and just be there during the trial or whatnot. You know what I mean? This is crazy, man. So both of these cats have an uphill battle, man, in front of them. Now, Hotboii, once we do the math again, you think if it's 10% and it's a state case, he'll have to pay $75,000. Now, I'll give him his credit. He's been doing a lot of shows, and he might actually have that. Now that I think about it, man, he probably actually has that. But, I mean, it's hard to say. Like I said, with new rappers, it's hard to say because you got to buy cars, you got to buy all this stuff, you know what I mean? But it's looking like Hotboii is going to be, man, in the news a lot, man, and I'm going to be keeping tuned in. But what do you guys think about this situation? Do you think that Hotboii's career is pretty much over? Because, a RICO case, they coming with the full force and all their resources against him, and it's just too tough of a fight for him to come out of this unscathed? Or do you feel that Hotboii has a good fighting chance along with Glokknine as long as they get good legal representation and take this seriously and keep their nose clean from here on out? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.